Okay, so this is the second episode in a row now where we've shown that the people's wish for the hero is a curse for the hero. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of To Be Hero X. Once again, thank you for whoever is sponsoring this. Also, apologies if the sound quality is weird. One, that could just be me, but also two, this headset it's on its final days. I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but I'm doing my best. That said, though, we come back as we normally do with notes and a board. So let's go ahead and look at that board real quick, where we have the board that we are currently using, which is the board hosted by ourselves. This time I do come back with a board changelog, where I brought Moon back to life, obviously, and then I added Rek and connected him to Lin Ling and Moon with a white line, then to Original Nice with a green line. Obviously, I also added him to the, I have forgotten the name off the top of my head because I don't have the board open in my actual screen. Treeman Corporation. Added him to the Treeman Corporation because even though he seems to be a villain in play, he is not an actual villain from, like, the Spotlight organization. So, yeah. I think I also didn't have Moon in the Treeman Corporation before. Now I do also. And Quishi, Enlightener, have added to Spotlight Corporation as well because obviously he took the deal. But yeah, I believe that is all the changes to the board at the moment. So let's go ahead and go into those notes. Alright, so the incident that was mentioned in episode 1 gets its name now, the Hero Smile incident. Whatever that might be, we're still accumulating details as things go by. Also, I apologize. I realized now, looking at this, I don't actually have that many notes. So, yeah, we're just going to speed through this, I guess. So in this world, it seems as though popularity equates to power. Moon having a successful travel blog, I guess, had people believing in her desire to want to show all sorts of locations. And the people's willpower focused on her gave her teleportation powers on theme with her identity. And then what the followers want also changes the power. So seemingly, the power to direct the public narrative would be the strongest power in the universe, as you could shape followers' belief into creating whatever scenario you desire. The two things that pop into my head, all surrounding this, is one, even though Moon seems to have gotten the power from her followers' belief, it still manifests in a gun. It's like in technology form. So, I don't know if it's inherent. Although I guess Nice is also got like a gem on his chest that the power also manifests in. So, I don't know. It seems odd that the power seems to manifest in physical objects. Sorry, what was the other thing? Oh, the guy that I keep thinking might be a bad guy or a good guy in the opening, the guy with the sunglasses. What I'm talking about when I say manipulating the narrative, that seems like that guy who would be doing that. I mean, he might be Mr. Shand, for all we know, from the conversations that Mrs. J has on the phone. That person has not been identified yet. Alright, anyway, I got one note left. I've still got no idea what was up with Moon being dead at the end of the first episode, and then alive again at the start of the second. My best two guesses are, one, she was faking it as a hint towards the storyline in episode 2, where all she wants to do is get away from Nice and return to her freedom. Then maybe she had set up the whole scene in the hopes that he would report her as dead, and she could use it to get away from everything, though that still doesn't adequately explain her eyes being all the way open the entire time. And two, premonition. Maybe it hadn't really happened, but part of Nice's power set is actually premonition, and he's seeing something that will happen. Could be why the original Nice killed himself. He saw something that he couldn't handle and took the quick way out. That said, like I said, wasn't a lot that I thought I needed to take notes on in this episode. And I guess specifically because while previous episodes, I mean, we only watched 2 so far, but in previous episodes, I feel like there's been hints of stuff that have been building up that we needed to take notes about. This one was mostly about the relationship. I mean, I guess I could have taken a note about the fact that Rek was trying to contact Nice leading up to Nice's suicide, right? And when he, in the flashback, contacts Mrs. J, it is a week before the events currently happening, which is to say that day that Nice killed himself. Because that's the timeline. So when we see Rek's phone, and the phone messages are "please contact me," and there's no response, that's because he has literally just thrown himself off the building. That's that day. So, yeah. Anyway, those were my notes, so nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Who are we with here? I was thinking God Eye for a second, but this doesn't look like... It's definitely a villain. Okay, just a what do you call them? Pre-opening thing. I didn't really see what the person looked like. I thought maybe Enlightener, God Eye, but I'm probably, it's going to be a new arc that we're dealing with. They're setting up bombs. It looked like a lot of bombs, so I'm guessing it's not like... Sorry, my thought process is a bit skewed here. The idea was it looked like they were making a bomb. Fine, fair enough. But what I was thinking was that they were creating a lot of bombs to then put out somewhere. This looks like they're at a location where they're going to bomb a thing. And, but I didn't see anything in that scene that made me think, oh, this is a place that's worth bombing? But then again, I don't know enough about the world yet. That could have been in the Hero Tower, for all I know. And then again, there's the element of, is this going to be an actual bombing or an actual villain event, or is it going to be one of those pre-planned ones that Treeman Corporation seems to do?
你走神了？
没有。
我们刚刚聊到哪儿啊？
你说，内部得到消息，找到了英雄不倒的宿敌在哪儿。
然后
呢？
需要我去。
既然那么想他，那当时怎么不跟他一起走呢
？Didn't know that was an option.
既然你做的选择，那就要做到最好，否则你所有的放弃都是不值得的。所以
Has he made any sacrifices? Seems like he's only made gains.
不，是超越英雄不倒，跻身前10。古狼只是我们达成目的的跳板。
What rank is Firm Man? I guess that's also a good question. "34 years after commission." Which is 7 years after... No, 7 years ago. Sorry. Episode 1 said 41 years after commission. So these are events of 7 years ago.
这里水管不够，三班长，赶紧去隔壁调水过来。看那边。我当时心中只有一个信念，为了那个女孩，说什么都不能倒下。
请问火势这么猛？这则新闻在当年引起了轰动，使得这名消防员的信赖值飙升。当时还是 MG 高管的上总果断辞职。
So was it the belief of the little girl that gave him power
成为
in
了
that
屹立
moment?
不倒的英雄。而紧接着干掉魂殿的宿敌魔影，则是他成为英雄排名第10的跳板。
市中心遭受火影袭击，造成多人伤亡，魂殿正在对其进行抓捕。联合会急调英雄前去救援，但没有人能跟得上他们的速度。
No, so it is a hero association.
喂，刚才电里信号不好，你说支援谁？这个世界上没人追得上我。
That is straight up the opposite of what happens in The Boys.
进入前10之后，他被赋予了更重要的使命，比如成为撬动世界最重岩石的支点。
这很重要吗？
联合会用这块金刚岩打造了一尊他的雕像，并且树立在英雄大道的起点，象征着英雄们的意志。
每个时代，
So he's just an immovable
都
object.
向往一个公平的世界，而维系平衡往往需要承载更多的责任和信任。所以这座雕像将成为英雄们的
5
集
years
体
ago.
宣言。为了守护世界，绝不能倒下。我们今天还请到了一位特殊嘉宾。
Yeah, based on the statue, they should just call him Atlas. Atlas would have been a cooler name than Firm Man.
还是我来吧。
这条红色围巾，之后也成了英雄不倒的标志之一。
Okay, so we need to get past this
同属
guy.
一家，这样不太好吧？而且英雄不倒为什么不自己去抓古狼？
第一，英雄有很多，但问鼎 X 的却只有一个，没什么好客气的。第二，之所以古狼会成为英雄不倒的麻烦，当然是有原因的。这就是内部线报里面透露的古狼巢穴的入口。
原来如此，因为英雄不倒受信赖
I
之
mean, I'm assuming it's going to be the girl that he saved became Wolf Girl.
他也很难弯腰，更别说爬行了。所以，
古狼的巢穴建在了地下，并且通往巢穴的入口错综复杂，遍布了整个城市。我们找到的可能只是其中的一个入口，所以说不定其他英雄已经收到了情报，并且有所行动了。
I mean, that'd be horrible.
那为什么不等他出来犯事儿的时候，将他一网打尽？
Seen so many videos
如果
on
他只是那种
caver
到处搞破
deaths
坏的莽夫，
that look
也
like
配
just
不
like
上宿
that.
敌这个称号了。你知道什么比动用武力更具破坏性的吗？
魔力？
是想象力。在人们心中植入一个念头，然后不断培育它，它就会像树芽一般生长，直到枝繁叶茂的时候，就形成了固有的思维，编织一个童话，一个歪曲英雄不倒形象的童话。这就是古狼在人们心中种下的那颗邪恶种子。
Yeah, I mean,
地下巢穴就是他印发童话故事的源头，童话里的大灰狼也就成了他的化身。
that's what I was literally just talking about with my
从他
notes.
出现以来，英雄不倒都没有跟他正面交手的机会，因为他摧毁的是英雄不倒在人们心中的形象。
Literally, all you need is to have somebody on social media bad
英雄
mouthing
不
you
倒
all the
是联合
time.
会的象征，歪曲了他，整个英雄体系也会受到影响。的确要趁早解决。
I mean, ironically, if you didn't deal with it, men might drop in the ranks anyway.
无论何时、何地、何人，都向往一个公平的世界。然而维系平衡，往往需要承载更多的责任和信任。所以，这座雕像也是英雄们的集体宣言：为了守护世界，绝不能倒下。
好了，今天英雄之旅的校外课圆满结束，我们要跟英雄部岛说拜拜喽！
拜拜，拜拜。
让我们再次感谢英雄部岛。
谢谢英雄部岛。英雄部岛，我能问你一个问题吗？为什么你的雕像上没有这条红围巾呢？
So ironically, I was given the red stole at that
是的喽。
不好意思、
dedication.
刚才着急把你拽出来，没想到把裤子给……
别说了。对了，奈瑟，你也是来剿灭古狼的吧？
对啊，你是？
嗨，无名英雄，不提也罢。既然你来了，好像也没我什么事儿了。那我先撤了啊。
Fair enough. I mean, took your shot.
英雄有很多，
Found out right back where you
但
wanted
能
to
问鼎
be.
X 的却只有一个。怎么样，找到古狼的老巢了吗？
刚到。
Telling you, I love Miss J. How much else I can throw out there? Oh, is this where the bombs were?
你所处的位置
I
是
just did not even recognize.
英雄大道的起点。
这条围巾是一个当时跟你差不多大的女孩送我的。
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's made of diamond.
赶紧离开！
I mean, Nice should be right under here, right? So, I imagine he's gonna come up from underground. I guess he's gotten weaker. Because he acted like a fulcrum. So he acted as a fulcrum to do the larger version of that before it got cut down into his image.
放开他！
为了这一刻，我做足了准备。
你想毁掉的人是我，和这个小女孩无关。
不，我要毁掉的是他。我要让这尊象征英雄的雕像彻底倒下。相信你应该明白我的意思了吧？啊！
其他英雄呢？他们去哪儿了？
别指望救援，其他英雄也正忙着呢。放下雕像。
I mean, it makes sense.
这个小女孩，做出选择吧。哦，哪个反派啊？这下手也太狠了。为了维护所谓英雄的脸面，你现在连一条活生生的命都可以视而不见了吗？
I mean, I also suggest that if he had dropped if he had dropped it it would deal so much damage to the ground around it that everybody else would fall into a hole too.
他真正的目的是想让你倒下，更确切的说，是想让你放下，因为他就是那个被你拼死从火场救出来，并且送你红围巾。
What'd I say? I mean, it seems obvious.
为什么会这样？他不是憎恨你，他憎恨的是你现在背负着的东西。这些损害你英雄形象的童话书，其实都是在诉说他心中真正的你。
Like I said, it seemed like her belief in you is what gave you the power in the first place.
不会离开。
我们今天还请到了一位特殊嘉宾。
对不起啊，我现在弯不下腰。啊，
还是我来吧。
这是，你画的什么？
英雄不倒。
这是英雄不倒。嗯，你们看，他说他画的是英雄不倒。英雄不倒明明
What the fuck is y'all problem?
不是的，他其实会哭，会笑，是个温柔的人。
搞笑呢！说谎大王，谎话精。
这人就是那个说英雄不倒坏话的人。
听说自称不倒曾经救过自己。
怎么可能？他是出了名的谎话精，你这都能信？就是。
I feel like she should have gone after these people.
我脑子有病吧？就喜欢玷污英雄不倒。
I guess fair enough. You know, the popular opinion is what gives the people the.
把消防员叔叔还给我。 请问火势这么猛烈的情况下，你是怎么扛着房梁坚持下来的？
我当时心中一直有一个信念，为了那个女孩，说什么都不能倒下。
消防员叔叔，我来帮你，加油！
是你给了我坚持下去的信念和勇气。
人呢？
Guess I don't think Nice has the power to do that. I guess maybe I'm wrong. Wait, what? Yeah, I guess he does.
加油啊，奈斯！
加油啊，奈斯！奈斯，加油！
加油啊！
加油，奈斯！加油，奈斯！
Yeah, I mean, the way the power works, right?
奈斯他一个人扛住了雕像。
It's old school Superman rules. Whatever he hasn't proven that he can't do, he can do. Gotta love Mrs. J. I mean, that was Firm Man's whole bit, so...
真是奇迹！新爱之成功反超英雄不倒，奈斯成功晋级联合会排名前10了。
我现在总算知道这块石头有多沉。
上周在联合会广场，奈斯营救英雄不倒的行动，令其一跃成为了联合会排名第10的英雄，而关于不倒的神话也就此落幕。
Just jumped 5 rankings.
塔10层到了。
我以为你后天才来，他们让我昨晚明天搬出去。
不，我不是着急想赶你走。
和你开玩笑呢，怎么排名越高，反射弧却越长了？
好像还是第一次看你笑得那么开心。
还不是托你的福。
I wonder how many floors down this tower goes.
你有什么打算？
Because he had a room and he was ranked 15.
舒舒服服的躺上半个月。
原来不倒一直渴望倒下，
不能倒下是大家的期望，但是我的生活却因此充斥着各种有口难言的尴尬。
Okay, so this is the second episode in a row now where we've shown that the people's wish for the hero is a curse for the hero.
以前我坚信这是成为英雄的代价，现在看来真的太蠢了。
其实我也有相似的困扰，比如越来越吹毛求疵的强迫症，让我感到焦虑。
我不该跟你说这些丧气话的。
It's also the second time he's talked about that.
不同身份，既然你已经住进这一层了，那肯定是下定决心，做出了选择。
我其实……
好了，我还约了人吃饭，你自己随便转转，就当熟悉一下新家的环境了。
我其实不是奈斯。
不管是谁，做自己就好。
Can't though. I think that's the point that we're learning about this whole universe.
我其实还不清楚自己到底要什么，只不过我很清楚自己不想要什么。
You can't be yourself. All you can be is what the people want you to be.
找到你内心的方向了吗？
广大市民朋友们，今天为了庆祝奈斯跻身联合会排名前10，我决定揭露一个关于他的真相。
萧月清，哎，这不是萧月清吗？
他不是已经死了吗？
这天眼又是谁？
How to get her costume back if she abandoned that?
萧月清根本没有死。
奈斯的一切都是被精心策划的假象，而我将一点一点撕下他的伪装。
The problem that I have with this is, well, what I was saying before, the whole point of the last episode, right? The episode we just watched, is that a carefully planned publicity campaign can really screw you over. However, at the same time, it can really free you up as well, which I think is what we see with Firm Man. You know, he gained all the power he wanted to help people, but then lost the entirety of his freedom to bend over, sit down, lay down. And he needed the events that took place this episode to free him from that. The same thing that Moon went through, that she just wanted to be free from her contract because her contract made her stuck to this nice person. Well, nice Lin Ling is now becoming more OCD ridden because the character of Nice is that, and it's affecting him negatively, as he already indicated. So, sorry, hesitated for a moment to see if there was a next time on or something. Not this time. So it seems entirely possible here that God Eye could try to publicly assassinate the character of Nice by indicating that he's not Nice, he's Lin Ling. But in doing so, I could see that backfiring on him in that the public might still like Lin Ling. And in that, it might create for him a new persona, which isn't this OCD-ridden, riddled mess that is complicating Lin Ling's life now, as he slowly is becoming the character that was Nice. And now, instead, he might be able to become the character that is himself. And in doing so, get not more freedom, but the freedom to at least be who he is, and thus not shackled to the character who was Nice before. So, the entire bit here might be that the villain accidentally helps Lin Ling by exposing him. Now, I don't know what's going to come from the whole Moon's still alive bit, other than the fact that she might now become trapped again in whatever cycle is going on here. It's either that or she's just going to get completely ruined, but that's to her benefit anyway. I mean, unless there's an element in this power cycle that's going on, which is that even though you're not a hero, public opinion can still be so against you that you have some sort of negative effect against you that it doesn't matter. Like, there's no superpower effect. Shoot, what's the name of that show? I can't think of the name of the show. I've always described it as What If X-Men, but high school or puberty. The idea that your social stigmas in high school give you a superpower, but it's a negative superpower, representing your life in adolescence. You know, there's someone out there who immediately knows what show I'm talking about. Unfortunately, my mind is at the moment. So, yeah, that there could be something like that going on. That publicly hated or disliked figures could still get negative powers, and in which case, the idea that Moon has faked her death or she's been a fake person this whole time, that being put out there could still somehow ruin her life more so than being trapped with Nice has been. That she can't just get free now. She can't fall into obscurity. Now she's going to be known again, but this time worse. I don't know. I don't really have that much to say about the whole firm man wolf girl thing. I think I called that out pretty early on, that his power probably came originally from her in that moment. And then obviously he got famous off of that, and then that boosted his power up. And that was actually a curse upon him. And I think that's going to be the general consensus going forward about everything in this show, is that this is a, not a monkey's paw, this is a genie's wish scenario. Once you get what you want, it's immediately you find out that's not what you really wanted, or you get too much of what you want and it hurts you, right? So I guess we're just going to pass it on through, see how, if Lin Ling continues to get more and more, how it's going to negatively affect him. Because they did indicate at the very beginning, you're going to have to face this at some point. So the idea being that maybe even original Nice might not have been original Nice. But I think that Miss J knows what's coming if Lin Ling becomes the fullness of Nice. So, yeah, even though this has been a pretty short episode, I feel like I'm rambling already. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. So once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you again next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?